Hello, my name is MAKASY, and as the title and thumbnail suggested, today we are talking about the materials on these beautiful, gorgeous, magnificent Rick Owens Lunar tractor sole with the jumbo laces boots. Before we continue, here's what Rick has to say about the leather. Okay, let's put the quote back up. So, although it stated that they didn't do a lot of work, we can safely assume that Rick Owens used vegetable dye on the lamb leather. Rick isn't a big fan of chrome. He loves the patina and the feel from vegetable dyed. If you're not familiar, there are two types of dye, chrome and vegetable. And with chrome, you don't get this rich patina that developed over time with the more wear you put into it, and it also doesn't shine in the light. The leather, it's broken down into lamb leather and calf leather. Calf is on the back detailing, and I believe, now this is just my belief, I believe the calf went through a few more treatments or dye to make them stronger because it has a bigger task of keeping the boots upright and making the wearing experience a more comfortable wearing experience, and also, longevity and possibly water repellent. With regard to feel, the lamb, it's very soft to the touch, whereas the calf is a lot thicker, it's stiffer. The calf feels good, but not as great as lamb leather, and I will regret this later. I'll explain in the video. You can easily sense the difference between these two. On top of it being softer, you can sense the padding underneath, whereas the calf is a lot thicker and it feels a bit more plasticky. Okay, so my opinion on the leather, it is 100% lambskin leather, full grain, but it is thin, and I kind of get why they made it thin. I have this jacket, this Rick Owens jacket. It's also lambskin, but it's medium to heavyweight leather. Now I understand the practical aspect of choosing thin lambskin leather on the boots, because the thinner the leather, lighter it is, so then you don't have to put as much effort when you walk, because on top of the tractor sole you get the padding, you get a lot of things. So I understand why they chose thin leather. I would argue against that thinking because the tractor sole, they're already so heavy. You might as well embrace the heaviness of the boots. The downside of thin leather is that, practically speaking anyway, it will not last as long as medium. And then I have to be a bit more careful when I walk. Normally, if I kick things, I might have to be a bit more careful. Let's say I'm walking through after a snowstorm, right? The snow has hardened. If the snow is sharp enough, it's gonna cut up the leather. So that has made me a bit more concerned when I wear these boots. And I shouldn't, because these are supposed to be winter boots. I'm gonna wear them during the snowstorm, wearing them during rain or whatever it is. So practically speaking, it will not last as long because it's thin leather. Okay, one more impracticality to the thin leather. The laces on these boots, they're so thick, they're so heavy. And with me, I have to tie these laces so tight because of the sizing situation. So I tie the laces super tight. And so what this means is that you're gonna see marking increases on the leather so much faster and so much more. The strength, the tensile strength, it's not gonna be as strong. So I mean, look, there's some padding, polyester padding to alleviate some of the stress, but it's like, okay, think of thin leather as like a burger. It's great, it's a burger. But if you want to make it better, you add bacon. One more thing I would like to point out, the leather that's split into 6 sections. Again, there is a rod or something hard here to keep the shape of the boot. Other than that though, you can squish the boots into a really small ball if you want to. The back detail, I touched upon it a bit earlier. Let's talk in depth about it. So, the calf leather, it's an integral part of the construction of these boots. The grain, there's so much more fine, it's tougher, it's more rugged, it's a bit stickier than the lambskin. I think Rick and the team made the right choice in choosing this medium weight calf leather to reinforce or to keep the boots up. Had they used lamb leather, which is a lot softer and not as strong, the integrity of the boot, the shape of the boot, it will be heavily diminished. Rick and the team really went above and beyond, and I cannot thank them enough for thinking about this, because this is one of those small details that you get from a luxury brand. I can't say that. Some luxury brands don't care. So from a brand that care about the product they put out. Also, something I just noticed, the middle line is thicker, the sides are thinner. So let's say the middle is thick, the sides are medium, and then the lambskin is thin. The construction of these boots, I cannot thank Rick Owens enough. I cannot praise him enough. Beautiful, beautiful work. For the people that designed these boots in particular, thank you very much. Mesh polyester interior lining. It's slightly breathable. I think Rick and the team did this on purpose, so there's some airflow. A combination of the thin lambskin leather, the polyester padding, the polyester interior lining. These boots, they're very well thought out. The insoles, 100% calf leather. I actually love these insoles. I thought they were gonna send me the one that came with the Rick Owens and Moncler Big Rocks collab. but these are so much better. There's more padding on the heel, which is where we need it the most, especially for me. I have flat feet. If you are not familiar, leather, they have a particular smell that I can't really describe yet, but okay. Due to the thinness of the lamb skin, you don't get a lot of the leather smell. It's very faint. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's about a 2. I want the smell of leather. Think of it this way. When you step into a really high-end Mercedes-Benz, you smell the leather right away. I want that smell. It is not here. It's here, but it's very faint. The sole, it is 100% thermoplastic rubber. I think Rick and the team made a typo in the description. It just says thermoplastic. So you can finish that sentence or word with either thermoplastic rubber or thermoplastic polyurethane. The name doesn't matter. The point is, what matters is the comfort. These tractor soles, they're so comfortable. Prior to getting these boots, I didn't think they would be an everyday type of boots because they looked heavy, they look uncomfortable. The tractor sole did not look comfortable to me, but I can wear this for 8 hours plus and I have no pain to minimal pain. Here's how good they are. I am considering selling some of my greedy boots because I want to get some boots with the tractor sole. That's how good they are. Although my opinion about the tractor sole very positive right now, I will have to wait until to talk about the longevity of the outsole. Maybe in my 365 days review, I will talk about it. One of the reasons why I returned the Moncler and Rico and Big Rocks was the fur, and the second thing was the lack of tractor sole. I think it was a big mistake because the first iteration of the Moncler collab, they had a tractor sole, which drew me to it. And then when they released these boots and then they removed the tractor, it was one of the reasons why I returned it. And then, I don't know, I just knew I would like the tractor sole better. They look so much better. And then I also already know what the Geo Basket, the double bumper feels like. And the longevity of those are not that good. Watch my Geo Basket review. But let's talk about it real quick. So, durability, I would say the tractor sole wins. Comfort, the tractor sole wins also, but at a slightly smaller margin. And looks, tractor sole so much better. It's not even subjective anymore. Objectively, the tractor soles are so much better looking than the Geo Basket outsoles. My opinion on the sole. So I have this slight fear of the blue outsole yellowing. I know it's natural, I know it's part of it, but I've grown to really love the blue. I know these are gonna get yellowed up, but ideally, the longer I can preserve it, the better I would like it. Okay, so to hark back on what I said earlier, so I might have overemphasized the use of lamb leather. I like lamb leather for the feel of it, but it's on my feet. How often am I gonna touch my feet? How often am I gonna touch my footwear? 2 times minimum, 4 times max when I sit crisscross and I just touch it, but I really overemphasize lambskin. From now on, I'm learning from this mistake. From now on, I will only emphasize the use of lambskin on jackets or pants because I can feel that more. Whereas when it's on my footwear, they're so far away from me. There's a barrier between your socks and the lining, so you don't really feel it. So the lamb leather is kind of a bad choice because it's not as durable as calf leather. So next time, the next boots I'm either gonna get calf or horse. Anyway, that is all I have for the material segment. I'm sure it's already long enough. Let's just cut the chase to the outro. Beautiful boots, beautiful leather, beautiful tractor outsole. I love it so much. I'm gonna gather some more data. Next week we will talk about it in the review. My name is MAKASY. I will see you next week. Bye.